We continue with our breaking news coverage now. Joining us now from Philadelphia, where Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will make their first campaign appearance together this evening. NBC News Washington correspondent Yamiche Alcindor. Yamiche, what are you hearing?
Well, what I'm hearing is that Vice President Kamala Harris found in Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, someone that she feels chemistry with, someone who she feels will be loyal to her, and someone who she feels will help her elevate the ticket even more than it already is to bring in voters that may be a little worried about whether or not they were going to back Democrats this cycle. I just got off the phone with Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, and he told me that he thought this was a brilliant choice. He was talking to me about who Tim Walz is in Minnesota, and the first point he made was, while Minnesota might be a blue state, they're a blue state because these Midwestern Democrats work at it every single year, and they figured out how to talk to people in a way that's plain, direct, and in a way that also helps them understand that the Democratic Party, in his view, really is about bettering their lives. And he talked about specifically the George Floyd case. We're going to hear a lot about Tim Walz's background, but he said there would be no George Floyd prosecution. That officer would not be in prison if the Minnesota governor, Tim Walz, who is now, of course, the running mate to Vice President Harris, if he had not appointed the attorney general, taken it out of the hands of the county prosecutor and say, we're going to elevate this case, we're going to make sure that this person gets the justice that we believe they deserve. He also talked to me about a number of other things that the governor has done, including universal lunch across the state. He talked about the fact that he's really talked to people in rural counties and in urban counties and brought in people across the state to really understand that they can unify the party. So he was saying to me that this is someone who also can communicate very directly. We were talking about the idea that Tim Walz was the one who called the Republicans weird. In one word, he gave the Harris campaign a sort of slogan that they've been using over and over again, and it in some ways previewed how this is the Attorney General Keith Ellison telling me how he can really, Tim Walz, really sum up things and go after people and really attack Republicans, but doesn't have to say it very long, doesn't have to have sort of long soliloquies about this weird captured what Democrats were trying to say about Republicans. So he is very happy about this pick, and in talking to people that are close to Vice President Harris, they also feel like she found in someone who won't undermine her, someone who will bring added value to the ticket, and this was a decision that she thought about for a long time, only making it official this morning.
All right, Yamiche Alcindor in Philadelphia, thank you very much.